masculinity can be so beautiful. Yes.
So the whole point of this EP, I was trying to find something that would be specific to masculinity. The whole theme is the balance between the masculine and the feminine. Because, and I say this in the first track, like the intro to Mars, the whole point is when you find there is power in femininity, and there's to me, and I'm sure there are many other guys who can relate to this, when there is a man who does embody his femininity, or is explicitly or openly gay, and he has these feminine qualities. For some of us that is attractive, but for me, like when there's a guy who is super masculine, tall and muscular, but say there's a guy who he might switch when he walks, or he might have this little twang in his voice, or there's just some common feminine qualities to him, there can be some attractiveness in that.
Your masculinity is so strong, and when you balance between the divine masculine and divine feminine, you're so attractive. In myself, I embrace it. In myself, I find strength in it. To see outside of confinement, to walk in confidence.
So Mars is known to be the planet that is associated with masculinity, and the circle with the arrow, that's the masculine sign. And I just thought that was the perfect title, like perfect, straight to the point, just Mars. It does us a disservice because there is so many more layers to being a man, so many more layers and parts to embracing oneself when you're enlightened. And I think that you're missing out. I think that the purpose of this was to show that we can be just as beautiful as a woman can. There are so many sides, because it's just like, we're not meant to be, and I said that in the second monologue, we're not meant to be looked upon. We're not meant to be wanted or acquired. We are meant to be the takers, the dominant, the providers. But some of us, that gets tiring. Some of us want to be wanted. Some of us want to be craved and loved and touched. And it's not just about, women don't only want that. Some of us men want that too. And it's okay to embrace that in a feminine way.
They say man is meant to be structured, aggressive, loud, and bold. You be the provider, but for some of us, all that gets old. I want to explore this feminine energy, be black, handsome, and gay. Forget all these social norms. Pay close attention to what I have to say.
We don't, like, there's this terrible stigma that is around us. We don't get we're like villainized, but I just absolutely can't stand about it. We're villainized. And I don't think that these are topics that are delicate. I think that these are controversial, but they're things that should be mainstream. We should be able to talk about sex openly and freely. We should be able to talk about this stuff without people feeling disgusted or feeling ashamed. The progression of these songs was supposed to go from the intro. It's like a love letter, the intro, just talking about, it was a representation of males, being a gay male, and this yearning for sexual intimacy. And the progression of it from the start to the end of the music was seeing somebody, wanting them, fantasizing about them, flirting, finally getting into the bedroom, having sex, and all the way talking and expressing one's own body and the body of their partner, hookup, whatever it was. It's the balance between everything. And so I tried to convey that in speaking a lot about the body types and the curves. And it was getting hard because it was like, how else can you sit up here and talk about the body for 7 songs? That was pretty difficult. But I can talk about sex all day long because Lord knows I adore it. I love it.
You the type of man that likes to tease, and I know if I ask you, let me see. Baby, is it so hard to follow me? Baby, come to my